Talk with me, Mandy Wiener. Good to be with you. We'll take you to that breaking news story. Duduzile Zuma Sambudla has resigned as an MP because of the fallout around this Russia-Ukraine story and the MK members that are stranded in Ukraine. We'll bring you that part of that press conference to understand what's happened there. And then, of course, crime stats released today. Still a number of 63 murders per day. That's astonishingly high and really concerning as well. It's Black Friday, and from all accounts, what I've been hearing from the banks and from the retailers is that people are spending big in South Africa. The year-on-year numbers are huge, huge, huge. So what are you buying for Black Friday? What have you bought? Guys, I bought an air fryer. I have to admit it. I got a good deal. I bought an air fryer. I fell for it. It was cheaper, but was it really cheaper? I don't know. But isn't this what happens to all of us? So tell me, what did you buy for Black Friday? Send us a WhatsApp voice note, 072 702 1702, 072 567 1567. So before we go to crime stats, let's quickly bring you some audio from that press conference held a short while ago. Duduzile Zuma Sambudla resigning as a member of parliament. First, you'll hear questions from some journalists and then a response from the MK party.
Has she also resigned from the party or just the National Assembly? And as the party, the MK party, do you think this would have an impact on how the MK party is going to perform in the local government elections? And just lastly, this interaction with Ms. Zuma, did it happen after her sister had opened that case? Because you've emphasized how she felt so remorseful, but it seems that she only came forward after her sister opened the case. Thank you.
We've seen Nkosazane, I think she's Dudu's elder sister, complaining and opening a case against Duduzi. How much has this divided the family of former President Jacob Zuma?
Okay. Were those the last one? Okay, thanks, colleagues. Manja wana ifemeli kaZuma iko la. La kune MK party leadership and members of MK. I'm sure if you interact with the foundation, they will speak on behalf of the family. With due respect, we have not even checked who is not talking to who in the family under these difficult conditions. The statement does request that let's not use this as a political matter to campaign. There are families here, there are human beings involved. MK party's got enough material to use to campaign next year. It's got enough human resource to have its own campaign without using this matter. We just won a award at Mandeni, and we'll really avoid the temptation to use this matter as a political matter. Comrade Dudu was never forced to resign. She volunteered to resign because she wanted to focus in helping families return their loved ones. Now, it ends there. There is really nothing. She submitted a resignation today because she could not submit a resignation without taking the leadership into confidence and getting permission to do that. So as far as we know, the resignation's got nothing to do with admission of guilt or the organization finding her guilty. It's her as a disciplined member of MK and the leader realizing that there is this question that the country need to resolve of returning those young people safely at home, and she has requested that she be recused from responsibilities and focus in cooperating fully with all organs of the state who want to find the truth and return those South Africans safe.
What did John Robbie used to say? Pull the other one. Pull the other one. I mean, do you really believe that Dudu has resigned because she wants to help the families to ensure that the people that she lured to Ukraine are returned? But she believes that, or she has said that it's because of there was another mastermind. She wasn't the mastermind. Well, that's the breaking news. Dudu Zuma Sambudla has resigned as a member of parliament.
The Midday Report with Mandy Wiener on 702 and Cape Talk is brought to you by Nedbank Commercial Banking. See money differently.
Well, the much anticipated and overdue crime statistics for the second quarter have been released by the acting Minister of Police, Feroz Kachalia. Murder, assault, robbery all showed significant decline. Attempted murder and sexual offences increased during the quarter. Still 63 murders on average per day. Alpha Ramashwana, EWN reporter, following that story for us. Alpha, good afternoon to you. Take us through the stats.
Good afternoon, Mandy. Well, crime has seen an overall decrease between July and September this year, with a 3.1% decrease in contact crimes. Now, contact crimes are offences such as murder, attempted murder, sexual offences, and robbery. And to be more practical, Mandy, between September and July last year, SAPS recorded 160,000 contact crimes, but in the same period this year, they only recorded about 155,000 contact crimes. So murder, assault with intent to cause grievous bodily harm, and robbery have also decreased. But on the other hand, police have seen an uptick in sexual offences and attempted murder. So while murder has decreased, Police Minister Feroz Kachalia does acknowledge that it remains high, with more than 60 murders happening each and every single day. Gauteng continues to be the crime hotspot, and it contributes about 26% to the national crime rate. This is, of course, the highest contribution in the country, Mandy. The Western Cape is second at 18%, and KZN is third at 17%. And the Northern Cape contributes the least to the national crime rate, with just 3%. And when it comes to the police stations, Mandy, police stations in Cape Town and eThekwini have recorded the highest number of contact crimes. And just to give you the names of some of those police stations, the Mfuleni police station in Cape Town has recorded the most contact crime. The second one is Nyanga police station, also in Cape Town. The third one is the Delft police station, also in Cape Town. The fourth police station is in eThekwini in KwaZulu-Natal. And the fifth one is the Krafontein police station, also in Cape Town. So Gauteng and the Western Cape and KwaZulu-Natal so far remain the crime hotspots in the country. Let's take a listen to what Major General Thulare Sikhukhune had to say. He's the crime registrar of the South African Police Service.
For the trio crimes, as I've indicated, we have recorded decreases across all the three crimes that make up the trio crimes. For carjacking, we had a reduction of 669, robbery at residential premises, a reduction of 864, robbery at non-residential premises, a decrease of 829, and the sum total of the trio crimes reduced by 2,362. Robberies of cash in transit, we have recorded a reduction of 16 counts. We did not have any bank robberies for the past 3 quarters of the second quarter. Hence, the number there is 0 and indicated as in a blue color code. Then we also had a reduction of 39 counts for truck hijacking.
Alpha, the acting police minister has also been speaking.
Yes, Mandy. Acting Police Minister Feroz Kachalia spoke at length about organized crime and highlighting that the national crime rate doesn't necessarily reflect organized crime. So it reflects contact crimes, your murder, attempted murder, sexual offenses. But when it comes to these criminal syndicates that target public institutions, perhaps kidnapping as well, they are not necessarily adequately reflected. And he says that now his focus is to tackle organized crime. In fact, he mentioned that the looting of hospital tenders, Tembisa hospital tenders here in Gauteng, is a major concern that also isn't recorded and can't be recorded on the national crime rate. So for him, right now, his focus is to address criminal syndicates that are targeting these public institutions, state capture-related crimes, prosecuting those state capture-related crimes. So the police minister says that they are making progress in contact crimes, but the issue still remains those organized criminal syndicates. Let's take a listen to what Acting Police Minister Feroz Kachalia had to say.
Criminal networks infiltrate political parties, government departments, and procurement systems to steal public funds. These criminals, as we have seen recently, wear fancy suits and designer clothes, pretending that they are legitimate business people. We have seen the damage that state capture has done to our country and its institutions, and we now know that capture continues in different forms. An example is the large-scale theft of funds from the Gauteng Health Department affecting the Tembisa Hospital. And I worry that this may be the pattern elsewhere.
The acting police minister, Feroz Kachalia, speaking there at the release of the crime stats, thanks to Alpha Ramashwana. Well, the minister mentioning there, of course, the capture and what we've seen around corruption. Of course, you heard all about that, the anatomy of corruption at the ad hoc committee from Kat Matlala yesterday. The Madlanga inquiry underway today, and we're hearing from the acting Deputy National Commissioner for Crime Detection, Khosi Sentumule. Let's find out about that with Oren Singh, EWN reporter, who's in the studio with us. Oren, the 121 dockets that were submitted to the police headquarters by the Political Killings Task Team, that's central today.
Central, Mandy, and we've been hearing from Lieutenant General Sentumule. She was essentially mandated by the suspended DNC, Deputy National Police Commissioner Shadrack Sibia, to do the handover process of these dockets and ensure that they were meant to get given to the stations of origin, which predominantly would have been stations in KwaZulu-Natal. But we kind of see, and I think it must be said from the offset, Mandy, she's definitely someone that's aligned to General Mkhonazi and Masimola as well as Dumisani Khumalo. And she's not trying to hide it in that sense. But it's funny because she reports directly to Shadrack Sibia, who's obviously in the other camp. But I think something that's of critical importance here is what one of the commissioners said to her, and that is Sandile Khumalo, Advocate Sandile Khumalo, saying that they were basically playing politics at senior level around these 121 dockets. And at the end of the day, who are the people suffering? It was the victims of these crimes, the families of the people that have been killed. And for months, these dockets sat in Pretoria. Mkhonazi didn't want to take them back in KZN. And they were just being shuffled around. They were here in March, and they only got taken back to the PKTT in August this year. So we heard a little bit about that, and she's expected to conclude her testimony a little bit later today.
Oren, thank you very much. Oren Singh, EWN reporter. So as we hear about the crime stats, of course, we also hear about the capture of the police, what's going on there at the Madlanga inquiry.
702, the Midday Report,
She's expected to
Monday
conclude.
to Friday.
12 to 1 p.m.
Hi, Mandy. I don't care so much about the Black Friday hoo-ha, but I do miss the January sales, so I hope they bring that back.
Hi, Mandy. Yusuf here. I spent Black Friday at IQ. I've got one free tire, so it was a good deal. Thank you.
Good to hear. I want to hear about your Black Friday deals. David says, Apple TV subscription for R59.99 a month for 6 months. Bargain! I told you, I fell for it, guys. I bought an air fryer. And you know when you buy an air fryer on Black Friday, then that's it. You're done. But I have this view. I don't buy anything because then I don't spend anything on Black Friday. But I realize there are really, really good deals out there. And from all accounts, from the retailers, from the banks, I'm hearing that it is a bumper. The year-on-year sales are huge. So send me a WhatsApp voice note. Let me know what you're buying this Black Friday.
702.
The Midday Report with Mandy Wiener.
Let's walk the talk.
Well, following Donald Trump's post on Truth social platform on Wednesday about how he is stopping all payments and subsidies to South Africa effective immediately. There's been a real concern from NGOs in South Africa about how this is going to impact. We know that he has already withdrawn a huge amount of money. PEPFAR, which is the bridging plan, that's set to expire at the end of March. But what does this mean and how dependent are we on the US? Dr. Gulam Balim, Chief Economist at the Standard Bank Group, joining us now. Dr. Balim, good afternoon to you. Happy Black Friday to you at the bank.
Good afternoon. Well, thank you for having me. And you got me a little bit surprised with saying happy Black Friday.
Sorry.
I hear there'll be bargains, but some people will be struggling as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's for sure in South Africa and in Cyril's economy. Which brings me to the point, Dr. Balim, how dependent are we still on the US and how concerning would an announcement like this from Trump be?
Look, this is concerning, but it is consistent with the, let me call it, admonishing that we've experienced over the last 3 quarters or so. We recall very quickly that in February, shortly after coming to power, President Trump curtailed American support for various funding programs around the world, and within days of the general announcement, South Africa specifically was highlighted. Quite simply, over the years 2023 and 2024, South Africa received a combined roughly 16 billion rand over that 2 years, and that has reduced to a trickle over the years thus far. It's probably not more than $100 million. So it's materially, it's about 10% to 15% of what we originally would have received, and it is already having material impact on the health circuit in South Africa.
We know that there's been a lot of talk of diversification of trade partners from the government, and we've been making deals with China and Thailand and everywhere else. The issue of health funding, could we be looking to Europe for that, or where else could we seek that?
So in the meanwhile, to fill this very sizable gap, the South African government has interceded, but not by much. You could argue that the government of South Africa, combined with other funding, such as that by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, is probably going to fill between 1/3 and 2/5 of the overall funding that the U.S. would have provided. And of course, the vast bulk of America's funding did go to aid with respect to HIV programs. It is possible that other nations could step in and provide soft diplomacy and as a means for soft diplomacy providing aid support. However, despite South Africa, let's say, trading equally with various blocs around the world, it's not certain that many other nations are going to necessarily step in to compensate fully for the American shortfall, call it that. I think we're in a world where there is some level of tempering in respect of growth because of America's posture with regard to international trade. And many nations themselves are also reeling from the Trump effect. So, for example, UK or European support for South Africa is also under threat because they're having to reallocate funds for defense because of America's, let's say, strained cross-Atlantic ties. And so as they allocate more funds for defense, that crimps their capacity and keenness for providing social aid to African governments, including South Africa.
Dr. Gulam Balim, Chief Economist for the Standard Bank Group, thank you very much for your time, giving us some insight there. Many non-profits in South Africa, we know that they already have been impacted by the foreign aid cuts and are confused. A lot of fear and confusion, according to News 24 today, about what has happened in light of Trump's Truth Social post. Real growth needs more than just banking, and Nedbank Commercial Banking is your growth partner. Their team of industry experts understand your business and its potential, offering insight to help you see opportunity where others see obstacles. Because when you can see what others don't, you can do what others can't. Think bigger. Think Nedbank Commercial Banking. See money differently. Nedbank is a licensed FSP and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
You want to build a quality home, the eye-catching jewel of the town, but your personality type is bargain hunter. It's only been 2 months and your quality home is the neighborhood nightmare. So abantu bazotini about the peeling paint that you call abstract art, the cracked walls that look like frown lines. Skip the embarrassment and the hunting. Make smarter decisions for your home. Visit CashBuild online to order quality cement, paint, and more at the lowest prices. CashBuild.
Black Friday weekend is now on at Checkers. Save up to 50% on deals like Omo Laundry Liquid Detergent 1.5 and 2 litres or capsules. 14 per pack, any for 59 Rand. Jacob's Krilling Instant Coffee 200 grams, any 2 for 219 Rand. Save 161 Rand. And a Platinum Digital Air Fryer 5 litre for 599 Rand. Save 200 Rand. Deals valid until Sunday, 30 November 2025. Only at Checkers and Checkers Hyper. In-store only.
The Outsurance pointsmen know that every car on the road carries a story. Like the lady on her way to work, listening to a love song on the radio. She's recreating the music video in her mind with herself as the leading lady. The Outsurance pointsmen know it's not just a car in traffic, it's a concert on the move. Every story is different and every story matters. That's why the Outsurance pointsmen have been doing what they do since 2005 in proud partnership with 702. Outsurance is a licensed insurer and FSP.
WhatsApp Mandy
on 072 702 1702.
Wow, this Black Friday, I think it was the first, I can say Black Friday that I've spent. I bought couches, I bought a double door fridge, and I even bought myself clothes. I spent a lot. I think around 150,000. I did spend it. So my side hustles paid off well. So I was able to tick off my to-do list. So now my bonus is in December. I'll be relaxing.
Kat Matlala, is that you? In your Woolies bag. People are spending, guys. They are spending on Black Friday. A few of the banks obviously have the analytics. So Discovery Bank has got its spend trend dashboard, and that before 8 o'clock today, one of the customers had already spent 99,000 Rand in a single card transaction. But that was early. I'm sure it's much higher. We'll check in. I'll go have a look now to see where it is. I'm also hearing from F&B. Big spending happening today. Tolekele, what did you... No, they said the app's fine now. What? No, they've messaged me to say that. Let me read the statement. Now that you've brought it up. You brought it up.
We are fighting for our lives on the app right now.
The F&B app is not down. However, due to the extraordinarily high volumes of transactions currently being experienced, some intermittent failures are being reported while thousands are still being successfully processed. The matter is being closely managed. We apologize to our customers for any inconvenience. All other channels are functioning at full capacity. People are just spending too much money.
Is that guy 150,000? No,
buying couches.
I'm sorry.
He's going to hide the cash under the couches because that's it. Either Black Woolies bags or under the couches. That's where the cash goes. Imagine what people are spending cash on if they are transacting that much on their credit cards. What are you spending your money on? Black Friday, 12:31. Time for Eyewitness News headlines.
Thanks, Mandy. Good afternoon. Duduzile Zuma Sambudla has resigned as a member of parliament for the Umkhonto weSizwe party. The move was announced during a press briefing by the MK party in Durban today. Her resignation follows allegations that she played a role in the recruitment of 17 South African men to fight in the Russia-Ukraine war. The matter came into the spotlight last week when Zuma Sambudla's sister opened a criminal case against her, accusing her of misleading the men into a dangerous situation. Gauteng continues to be South Africa's crime hotspot, accounting for over 26% of contact crimes in the country. Acting Police Minister Feroz Gachalia presented the latest crime statistics in Pretoria earlier. Overall, contact crimes in the second quarter have fallen by 3.1% compared to the same period last year. And the Water and Sanitation's Department is releasing the independent investigation report into the Jagersfontein mine dam collapse. 2 people died and another was never found after the tailings dam at the diamond mine in the Free State collapsed more than 3 years ago. Today, Water and Sanitation Deputy Minister David Mahlobo is engaging with the community. Those are the headlines. This EWN and more at 1 or as it happens.
EWN Sport.
Good afternoon, I'm Tolagele Mganga. Mamelodi Sundowns will be looking to keep their unbeaten start to their CAF Champions League campaign going this evening. That's when they take on MC Alger. The clash sees the Brazilians up against their former coach Rulani Mokwena, who left the club last year.
We prepare like normal. We first had to recover some players from the difficult trip in Rwanda, then make analysis of our performance, and then we start our preparations like normal, any other opposition, any other game. So nothing special. It's a Champions League game, of course, and a difficult Champions League game. We know this. All games in the Champions League are difficult.
The Springboks conclude their seasons against Wales on Saturday, looking for a clean sweep in the autumn series. The Dragons have struggled since the 2023 World Cup, winning just 2 tests since and dropping down to 11th in the world rankings. For Rassie Erasmus's Chargers, they're targeting a 12th victory in 14 tests this year.
We didn't have an easy ride. And next year we're coming back again, playing Ireland here and playing France here, and obviously England, Scotland, and Wales and South Africa. So I think we've learned a lot about ourselves, but our game can definitely improve a hell of a lot more in certain areas. But overall, I think goals achieved. But then again, we can throw everything away with a bad performance on Saturday.
And Pat Cummins has been left out of Australia's unchanged squad for the second Ashes test against England. Under pressure, opener Usman Khawaja has kept his place, while Josh Hazelwood is also absent as he continues his recovery from a hamstring problem. Tholakele Mganga, Eyewitness News Sport.
Team, summer is game time in Mzansi. Every tap, scan, swipe, it all adds up. And FNB is giving us big rewards, partner deals, e-bucks, defense tips, and chances to score experiences money can't buy. But you're only in the game if you pay with FNB. So stay sharp, spend clever, and let's dominate. Get in the game with FNB. Help changes everything. FNB, a division of First Rand Bank Limited, Northwise FSP and credit provider. NCRCP 20. T's and C's, earn rules and limits apply.
You've heard the songs, but until you've seen it live, you haven't experienced the magic of Cats. Coming to Monte Casino from 17 January until 22 February, it's the memory shared by millions. Book now at Web Tickets. Brought to you by Peter Turin and GWB Entertainment.
Click season is different from any other ho. Oh? Yes, here's why. Mix and match any 3 festive gifts with a purple sticker.
Oh.
And get the lowest one free.
Oh.
With the famous Clicks Purple Sticker promotion. It's only at Clicks. Feel good, pay less. Deals valid until 24 December or while stocks last. T's and C's apply.
You are not dreaming. You are repeating. Insurance, pineapple. Insurance, pineapple. Insurance, pineapple. Insurance, pineapple. Pineapple FSP 48650 is underwritten by Omart Insure Limited, a licensed non-life insurer and authorized FSP.
WhatsApp Mandy
on 072 702 1702.
Afternoon, Mandy. Anonymous here. I already felt the U.S. withdrawal of funds when I went to collect my ARVs. On Tuesday this week, I arrived at my normal clinic where I go, and the clinic was closed. And the security said, no, the clinic is closed down. I must go to the hospital. When I arrived at the hospital, they set up a space in Heidelberg Hospital. And the nurses told us that no, because of US aid, it was US aid, we're paying for that particular place. And they couldn't send us SMSs to alert us because even the SMSs were being funded by US aid. So yeah, it's already having an effect on the ground, but we are receiving our medications and everything is okay.
Well, that's it, right? That's the practical effect of the cutting of funding, and that's a real worry for what's happening. You can hear that if people are not getting ARVs, of course, that's the concern. Lots of messages coming through on the WhatsApp line, particularly about Black Friday. Den says, hi, Mandy, you can spend all the cash you want on Black Friday as long as it doesn't come out of a Woolworths shopping bag. Sean says, 99,000 Rand first thing in the morning. I bulked seeing a 6,000 Rand spend on braai meat and some other bits at 8:30 in Woolies. I'm small fry compared to others. Have a great weekend. You too. Helene says, hi, Mandy, I have a small B&B. I went to Checkers for my cleaning material and toilet paper for the year. The total bill came to 3,002 and I paid 2,001. I'm very happy. You see, people are becoming more and more savvy. People are really being clever about Black Friday. People are much more discerning. Let me know how you've been spending your money today and what good deals you got that you can tell other people about.
The Midday Report with Mandy Wiener is brought to you by Nedbank Commercial Banking. See money differently.
So let's pick up on the Senzo Miua trial yesterday. Tensions boiling over. If you've seen a clip of that, Judge Rata Mokwatleng really having a go at the defense advocate Charles Mnisi, telling him to shut up over a fiery exchange. There's also talk of a potential trial within a trial, and even the investigating officer Bongani Gininda being recalled. At the moment, Sifiso Gwabini Zungu is on the stand. He's refuted all the claims that he was involved in hosting a gathering at his residence in Vosloorus on the day that Senzo Miua was killed. Let's get some analysis now with Elton Hart, legal expert. Elton, good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for your time. We've already seen huge delays. This is like the trial that's taking forever. We could potentially see a trial within a trial now.
No, indeed. If we look at what transpired over the past 3-4 days of the Senzo Miua trial, then was this a statement of Kwabini, who is Sifiso Zungu, saying now that that statement, which is labeled as a statement in terms of Section 204, that he never made that statement. So obviously the admissibility of that statement comes into question because the state wants to actually use the statement in cross-examination. And you can only use it once it's admissible. And that would then obviously necessitate that a trial within a trial needs to happen to decide whether the statement should be admissible or not. And I think here for me, the odds could be in favoring the defense, because the defense did not rely on that statement. The state is in possession of that statement. And here's the guy giving oral evidence saying, I've never made a statement. And the problem lies in that the state was always in possession of this statement. They always had access to this witness. Why did they not call this witness if they so strongly believe that this is what he said?
And then we may well hear from the investigating officer on this matter again.
Obviously, of course, now what this witness is saying that is like that the investigating officer, Brigadier Gininda, actually fabricated information, and now it feeds into that narrative that Epsilon Zungu also shared with the court to say, listen, yeah, I never made a statement. This guy actually forced me. So now when they're going to recall Gininda, then he's going to be confronted with the information that Epsilon Zungu put before this court, and he's going to be confronted with what Kwabini is putting before this court, and then it will go eventually back to that statement that the judge actually ruled that it was admissible by accused 1 and 2, those confessions that they said was never made voluntarily. Now it will sort of take us in reverse here, but it will bring spotlight again to those statements as well. So there can be some further delays in actually getting to finality here.
Elton, thank you so much. Elton Hart, legal expert, explaining there what could be happening in the Senzo Miua trial, potentially a trial within a trial for this matter that has already been dragging on for so long.
As an FSCA-regulated broker, Prime XBT gives you the confidence to trade market volatility your way. Enjoy low trading fees, advanced tools across crypto futures and CFDs, and VIP discounts of up to 70% available to new traders. Take advantage of free deposits and withdrawals with crypto options and local South African payment methods. Prime XBT, empowering traders to succeed. Trade responsibly. Trading comes with risk.
Make waves with Hollywood Bets in the Splash the Cash tournament for your shot at a share of 1 million rand. Top the weekly leaderboard in this thrilling competition for your chance at a mad cash dash. Simply bet 2 rand or more on Playtech slots or 100 rand or more on Playtech live casino games to enter. Get locked, loaded and ready to play. It's more fun to spin with us. Bet now. T's and C's apply. Hollywood Sportsbook is a licensed betting operator. No persons under the age of 18 years are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop. South African Responsible Gambling Foundation toll-free counselling line 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 675 0170.
Real growth needs more than just banking, and Nedbank Commercial Banking is your growth partner. Their team of industry experts understand your business and its potential, offering insight to help you see opportunity where others see obstacles. Because when you can see what others don't, you can do what others can't. Think bigger. Think Nedbank Commercial Banking. See money differently. Nedbank is a licensed FSP and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
When you train for results, you don't quit halfway. Stay on the growth track and earn up to 7.87% interest at maturity with a 12-month electronic fixed deposit account. Lock in for maximum growth and enjoy guaranteed returns without monthly fees. Hashtag Get Money Fit with Nedbank. Visit netbank.co.za. See money differently. Nedbank. We're a licensed FSP and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
WhatsApp Mandy
on 072 702 1702.
Mandy, I bought something that is a hobby, that is a black hole for money. I bought a new lens for my camera. I've recently shifted over into using mirrorless, and I've been looking at this lens for a long time, and it has been on about a 20 to 25% special because of Black Friday.
That's it. You got to wait for the deals, and it has to be something you really want. The biggest mistake that I think you can make on Black Friday is just cruising the websites and seeing a deal and then thinking, oh, I could do with that, because you'll end up spending so much more. So I waited and I knew what I wanted. And can you believe it, Wendy Knowler? I bought an air fryer.
What a cliche.
What a cliche. Honestly. And it arrived today. I was so excited. It even has a little window.
Fantastic. So your little courier thing added to the horrendous traffic out there.
Exactly right. But I bought it like yesterday.
Okay, well, that's good going. Yeah, I think the way to do Black Friday, the clever ones, because I mean, a lot of people sit back and say it's all rubbish, the specials are manipulated, No. Whether you're after the coffee that you can't normally afford anymore, the proper coffee, or a good deal on toilet paper, or you want, a 80-inch TV or whatever the case may be, if you number one, save for it, and you're going to know the price if it's important to you, so you're not going to be fooled by a pretend discount of 45% or whatever. You've got the money for it. You go in at midnight or whatever if you're shopping online, and you score. And I've scored things I'm still using from Black Friday 2019, like pre-COVID. One's a pressure cooker. And yeah, there are ways today that you can track prices. There's Price Check, there's Serval Checkup, or Take a Lot prices. There's no reason to get caught. I mean, there's a whole conversation about fraudulent sites, but that's another discussion. And I think to your point, the opposite to going in with a strategy and knowing your stuff is to be part of the FOMO crew, and you're scrolling and it's 39% off and you're buying it. If it's something you didn't know about or want 5 minutes before, that's not the sort of way to do Black Friday, because if you're buying it on credit, especially, because the interest you're going to pay is going to cancel out a lot of that saving. So I think, a lot of people, as I say, are dissing it completely, and I don't think that's accurate. Doing it wrong is definitely to be frowned upon, but doing it right, you can save a lot of money.
Absolutely, you can. So interestingly, I'm hearing, and I'm sure you're hearing from the retailers and the banks, that we're seeing big volume today, and year on year it's higher. So FNB sent me a statement saying, and there have been issues with FNB cards. They're saying that the app is not down, but as of 8 o'clock this morning, FNB has seen a 50% year on year increase on cumulative virtual card transactions. And what this shows is that people have really adopted the safer and more secure option of virtual cards, where one CVV number changes every few minutes.
Every time.
Yeah. So is that your experience, that you've seen a much higher volume this time around?
It would look. We're going to know a few days from now, but the early signs were, one of the courier companies, I can't remember which one, put out a press release in the last week saying they were already seeing a 33% spike in deliveries in September and October. So what is going on? We're supposed to have a troubled economy. We've got the other big story is that a huge percentage of people's disposable income is going to gambling. More and more people. So I don't know, people stop gambling now to Black Friday. I don't know what's going on, but I was sort of tentatively saying in the run-up to this year's Black Friday that maybe with the gambling having taken hold so much more in the last 24 months, maybe we'll see slightly lower figures, but it doesn't seem to have impacted Black Friday.
Yeah,
it's quite a phenomenon. I mean, I took a retailer on for having a Black Friday sale in July, and they said, sorry, I know it's a bit manipulative, but as soon as you put Black Friday on anything, your sales figures like double or treble just a normal sale.
Fascinating.
So, psychological thing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Wendy, thank you so much. Good luck to you today. You'll get lots of complaints, no doubt, after Black Friday. Wendy Knowler, the consumer ninja, speaking to us there about Black Friday. And Discovery Bank is doing this tracker. And their latest data says that one person spent 500,000 Rand in a single card transaction today. That's not bad, half a bar. I imagine that's probably a holiday or something like that. And if you look at overall, the average local in-store card transaction value is 455 Rand. The average online card transaction value is 969 Rand. So people are spending more, are swiping or have a higher volume purchase online. The top 10 online merchants by total card spend is Takealot, Derma Store. Guys, you're all looking after your skins. That's amazing. Amazon, One Day Only, Checker 6060, Superbalist, Temu, Bash, Macro, and Shein. So that's where people are spending primarily on Black Friday.
The Outsurance pointsmen know that every car on the road carries a story. There's a car with a nervous but excited first-time driver waiting for the perfect gap to switch lanes. I can do this. The pressure. The Outsurance pointsman knows not just a car in traffic. It's a sense of freedom and independence on the move. Every story is different and every story matters. That's why the Outsurance pointsmen have been doing what they do since 2005 in proud partnership with 702. Outsurance is a licensed insurer and FSP.
Pain management is a part of so many people's daily lives. With headaches, muscular pain, dental pain, menstrual pain, and even pain from tension. With Adcock Ingram OTC, build a pain survival pack for you and your family. With a comprehensive treatment range for mild to moderate pain, we have you covered all year round. Available over the counter at your pharmacy. Ask your pharmacist for the Adcock Ingram OTC Pain Survival Pack and visit beprepared365.co.za.
You want to build a quality home, the eye-catching jewel of the town, but your personality type is bargain hunter. It's only been 2 months and your quality home is the neighborhood nightmare. So abantu bazotini about the peeling paint that you call abstract art, the cracked walls that look like frown lines. Skip the embarrassment and the hunting. Make smarter decisions for your home. Visit Cashbuild online to order quality cement, paint and more at the lowest prices. Cashbuild.
Those trusty old shoes. There for your first move out of home. That marathon training that lasted a day. The quick runs to the store. The long nights out. Yeah, they've done the most for you. But with the Street Store, they can do even more for someone else. Visit thestreetstore.org to find out more about donating your pre-loved shoes and clothes to the world's first rent-free pop-up clothing store for the homeless. Donate before December 6, 2025.
Black Friday weekend is now on at Checkers. Save up to 50% on deals like Omo Laundry Liquid Detergent 1.5 and 2 litres or capsules. 14 per pack, any for 59 Rand. Jacob's Krilling Instant Coffee 200 grams, any 2 for 219 Rand. Save 161 Rand. And a Platinum Digital Air Fryer 5 litre for 599 Rand. Save 200 Rand. Deals valid until Sunday, 30 November 2025. Only at Checkers and Checkers Hyper. In-store only.
Sports Wrap.
Sports Wrap.
With Tolakele Mganga.
Tolakele Mganga. What did you say you bought on Black Friday?
No, I didn't buy anything.
Nothing.
But I just had to buy tickets for something coming up. But something coming up soon.
Oh, okay. Now that's it. Nothing else.
Nothing
That's
else.
So boring.
It's only because I like to reward myself after every week with a treat, whether it be sneakers or a top. So
nice for you.
I budget for
Black
those
Fridays
things.
every Friday for
Friday.
Tolakele. Listen, Liverpool needs to buy a win.
Sana, we were actually laughing because he wants me to praise Arsenal, but Liverpool are the story that are really just shocking everybody. 6 months ago, they were the talk of the town. They were talking about a dynasty coming up with Arne Slot, him kind of continuing Jurgen Klopp's legacy. Now, a lot of the players are kind of speaking about how when the coach has set out a formation, a lot of the players are not following what the coach is doing. He's trying different tactics. Former legends are arguing that he also needs to kind of come up with plan B, C, and D. I think the one thing that for me has really stuck out amid this run, and Andy Robson said it perfectly when Scotland qualified for the World Cup, when he was saying Diogo Jota was on his mind a lot. I think we really do underestimate how much grief the players have dealt with. I know you might be like, no, it's something so simple. But think about the fact that a lot of these players spent roughly 10 hours a day with the same guy. It's someone that you had already worked a friendship with. It's someone that on the pitch you had a system that whether or not he was coming in as an impact player or was in the starting 11, you already knew his movements. And for 2-3 years, you'd already set up a system that involved him. But now you're trying to find a new system because you've lost him unexpectedly, while also there's pressure for you guys to win because at the end of the day, you are the defending champions. So I think there's a lot to be said about how the players are dealing with grief and the reality of having to navigate a system without a key player on the pitch. Arne Slot hasn't found the guy to replace Jota, and that's why them on the pitch, the results aren't coming together. Yes, there's other players whose form has really dipped, and especially in a World Cup year, you want your best players to be performing well because the national team coaches are also looking at it. So there's a lot of factors in it, but I do think Andy Robson being very open about how the players think about Jota a lot is something that we need to take to heart.
That's a really interesting take. I'm sure people have their views on that. Tolakele, thank you for raising it. Box this weekend.
Yes, the amazing season is because, well, with the Box, do we never have an amazing season? That's another question that can be had. If they beat Wales this weekend, it'll be 12 wins out of 14. They're targeting a clean sweep in terms of the international series. Rassie Erasmus is saying there were a few disappointing moments. You think about the fact that they did suffer that surprise loss to Australia. But on the whole, he's happy. I think he's finally figuring out the next group of players that he'll take with him to 2027, while the stalwarts and the big names that we're used to in terms of this team, they can now kind of be on the bench, get days off, and really rebuild their body. But I think the calendar is also very jam-packed for them because they go from Box 1 week to playing URC to playing with their Japanese club. So there's still a lot to deal with. But for Rassie Erasmus, he wants to make sure that the 24 players that he did have available to him for this game do well, and especially against the Wales side, who've been on a downward trajectory for quite a while.
And then very quickly, Formula One this weekend.
Yes.
So going to be a cracker.
It could or could not be decided this weekend. For those that want to know, can Norris win the title? He just needs to get 2 more points than his title rivals. It's that simple. But we've said it's that simple for the past 6 weeks possibly, and it never is. So Max Verstappen, he'll be wanting to push. Lewis Hamilton will be hoping that this is the one weekend he doesn't complain about Ferrari because he's been doing it quite a lot. But Lando Norris, he'll be looking at his game. He'll be looking at his performance and hoping to wrap up the championship title.
Tolakele, thank you so much. Tolakele Mganga wrapping up the weekend sport for us.
Let's count backward. 5. Insurance. 4. Pineapple. 3. Insurance. 2. Pineapple. 1. You're under. Pineapple FSP 48650 is underwritten by Omart Insure Limited, a licensed non-life insurer and authorized FSP.
Good things.
Good things.
With Brent Lindeque.
Well, let's wrap up the week for you now with the good things guy, Brent Lindeque, who's brought to you by Bonitas Medical Aid for South Africa. Brent Lindeque, not with us in person today. He's having a bit of a holiday because he gets to. So he sent us a WhatsApp voice note.
What's happening, 702 in Cape Talk family? Brent Lindeque here with your Feel Good Friday feels. First up, the Cape has poured itself straight into the global stage again. 6 of our vineyards have just been ranked among the best in the world, and 2 of them cracked the top 10 of the world's 50 best vineyards for 2025 list. Leading the pack is Klein Constantia, jumping an incredible 35 places to land at number 6 worldwide. Right behind them is Creation Wines in the Hemelin Ardada Valley at number 7. It's a huge win for tourism, for the industry, and for every South African who loves a day in the winelands. If you're heading to the Cape this holiday, consider this your world-class tasting list. Next up, a story to remind us who we really are as South Africans. After a long morning of shopping, Tato Kasato and her family left an entire trolley of groceries at a restaurant. And they only realized 2 days later, most of us would write it off. Like those groceries would have been stolen, right? Well, Emmanuel and the team at Smoke Daddies, the restaurant, found the trolley and unpacked every item, storing it safely in the fridge. Nothing was touched, not even a single grape. For 48 hours, kindness was the baseline. Tato said it best, this is our South Africa, the South Africa that holds your forgotten groceries and doesn't help themselves to even a single thing. To Emmanuel and the team, thank you for reminding us that goodness is still our default setting. Finally, a young graduate from Limpopo is teaching South Africa about dignity and kindness from inside his delivery vehicle. His name is T. Mortise. He's got a Bachelor of Education, but while he waits for a teaching job, he's working as a food delivery driver and sharing the reality of that life on TikTok. His first video to go viral was heartbreaking. He admitted he often delivers food while being hungry himself. No theatrics, just honesty. And South Africans stepped up instantly, offering extra meals, bigger tips, kind words, and support. Because that is who we truly are. Here's the incredible part. His whole TikTok page has become a masterclass. He's showing the hours, the wages, the weather, and the waiting while he teaches others how to survive a similar job. He might not be in a classroom right now, but he's teaching the entire country something far more important. Kindness, dignity, resilience, and the reminder that behind every order is a human being with a story. And that's your Feel Good Friday, fam. For more good news and stories like these, head over to www.goodthingsguide.com. Have a beautiful weekend. And like I say, every single Friday, wishing you only good things.
Only good things. Brent Lindeque, the Good Things Guy, wrapping up the week for us. Get the care you need when you need it with Bonitas, the medical aid for South Africa. With strong reserves and financial performance, Bonitas can afford to pay your claims and was voted the #1 medical aid in the Ask Africa Orange Index. Choose from a range of plans tailored to meet your needs. Visit bonitas.co.za and find your plan. T's and C's apply.
The Midday Report.
Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you get a good deal wherever it is you go today. The Midday Report with Mandy Wiener on 702 and Cape Talk is brought to you by Nedbank Commercial Banking. Think bigger, think Nedbank Commercial Banking. It's 1 o'clock.
This is EWN.
Duduzile Zuma Sambudla resigns as MK Party MP and Gauteng continues to be a crime hotspot. Good afternoon, I'm Bali Dlamini. Umkhonto weSizwe Party chairperson Nathi Nhleko says the organisation was not involved in the recruitment of 17 men